sorry. Do you speak English?
No, I don't, sorry.
Oh. My car's broken down, and I wondered if you could tell me where to find a garage.
Well, you know, that's wasted on me. I don't understand what you're saying.
You don't speak any English at all?
Not a word.
Ich bin nicht fließend.
So I'm sorry, could you more help?
Yeah, sorry about that. Hey, you never know. Next time you're over, maybe we'll have learned a bit of English for you.
Ja, oder Deutsch vielleicht.
Ja, das wäre toll.
Thanks.
I can speak English.
So can I.
I'm John, and welcome to my YouTube channel, John's Box, and to the Easter Spring edition of English Just For You, where I look at and examine 5 English language mistakes, put them right, after which I'm going to look at some random questions that my students have written over the years, and I'll attempt to answer them. So without further ado, let's have a look at the first mistake. Here we have it. I met him at 16 yesterday. Yeah, 16, that's the obvious error there. So in the English language, we don't really use the 24-hour clock. The only exception is on schedules, flight schedules, for example, railway timetables, and similar, in a very, very formal context. Normally, we would say here, for example, 4 p.m. So I met him at 4 p.m. yesterday, or at 4 yesterday afternoon, to be more precise, to indicate what time of day it is, so as not to say 4 in the morning unless it is. So that's sentence number 1. We'll now look at sentence number 2. Sentence number 2, which is, he phoned to me and told that. I've indicated that there are 2 errors here. You could say he phoned to me, or he phoned me. It's not strictly a mistake there. So whether there's not really 2 here, then it should be 1. And told that. Well, told me that, or said that in general. He told me something specifically, and the said something is more in the general context. So that's sentence number 2. We'll now look at sentence number 3. Here I can confirm that there are 2 mistakes. Definitely. So let's read it. There was the increase in sales the last year. Well, if I'm informing of something for the first time, then instead of the definite article, I use the general indefinite article an. So in this case, there was an increase, 1 increase in sales. The other mistake is here. Last year is specific in itself because the year is specified by the word last. So the is not included here. So the sentence reads, there was an increase in sales last year. Looking now at sentence number 4, the penultimate one. Sentence which is sometimes made, a man was riding a car. Ride. To ride is not the correct verb. We can ride a bike, we can ride a scooter, anything with 2 wheels, or 1 wheel even, we ride. We ride a horse, so an animal too, we ride. However, 4-wheel vehicles we drive. So a car, a bus, a truck. A man, therefore the sentence should read, a man was driving a car rather than riding. That's the penultimate sentence. We'll now look at sentence number 5, the last one. So this one's quite a tricky one. He didn't see who was it. Now, the problem here is with the verb be. So if I asked the question as a direct question, who was it? The inversion is correct in this case. However, if it concerns the verb to be in the negative, then the be is at the end. Therefore, the sentence should read, he didn't see who it was. That's sentence number 5, the final sentence. Now it's time for random questions. I'm going to select 5 of them. And the first one is from... Oh, it's nothing. It's not even a question. Well, that's not very good, is it? Somebody didn't write a question. This one is from last year. It's from Andreas. What is the most embarrassing situation from your life? What is the most embarrassing moment, from your life? Or in your life, actually. Most embarrassing moment in my life. Oh, I've had many. I'm sure you've had your embarrassing moments too. I can't think of anything in particular. Maybe yesterday it was quite embarrassing. We were sitting at the Easter table, and in the Polish tradition, I live in Poland, the egg has been blessed, and that would be święcone jajko, so blessed egg. And instead of the blessed egg, święcone, I said święte jajko, holy egg. Święcone, święte, quite similar words. It was quite embarrassing, and indeed it did get a laugh at the table. So that's the answer to that one. So the next one is from 2020 from Carlos. What's your favourite sport? Okay, so either it's one to watch or one to participate in. So the only sport I do right now is running. Maybe more nowadays, it's more jogging rather than running because of its speed. But to watch, well, athletics, because that's running too. Or watching a marathon, for example, but not all of it. Football, but I don't like watching live football. It's just too long, too monotonous. Football highlights, I would say. Maybe some snooker, horse racing, and nothing really more as far as watching sport on TV is concerned. So that's the second. The third random question comes from Pierre. How many do you have original CDs music? So how many original CD records have I got here in my collection? I would say a few hundred. There are really a lot of music CDs. Well, if we call DVDs, if we put DVDs in the same group, I suppose they're also music in the same shape as a disc. So I got loads of them. They're very common if you go back 15, 20, 25 years ago. So there are lots in my collection. There are also cassettes and vinyl records too in my collection as well. The fourth one then is from Emilia. Which animals see better than humans? I think a lot of animals see better than us. Because they need to hunt, really. Cats, obviously, birds, to name 2 of them. And I'm sure there's a lot more we can name. But there are 2 examples of animals we're familiar with. They see at night, in the case of cats. So that's number 4. And the last random question. Let's have a look at this question. How old are you? What a question. I know we shouldn't ask a lady how old she is. How old am I? Well, I'm not going to tell you. Older than you. Older than most of you. But nah. My age is something I keep personal to myself. But I've been around quite a bit. So, yep. Let's finish that question there. Okay, that's the end. So that's it for another edition of English Just For You. And random questions. I hope you've enjoyed them. There's been a mix of them this time round. Don't forget, if you've got any questions regarding the sentences, please put them in the comments. I'll try and give you maybe a more succinct explanation to them. Don't forget to like this video or dislike it if you didn't like it, obviously. And that's it. I'll be back again in June for the summer edition of English Just For You, plus some more random questions. That's it for today. Bye.